Welcome back, listeners. This is East and West. Wes Young here. Special episode today. I know normally if you've been listening to the episodes as they release, every Thursday during Season 4, I've been releasing a new chapter of Undine. And I'm going to have to delay that a few days. Those of y'all that are keeping up live, I probably won't release it till this weekend. Things have been rather busy. I'm a high school English teacher, and school has started back. Summer has come to a screeching halt here in 2021, and so it has been rush, drink from the fire hose all week this week. Combine that with I had all summer to remodel our bathroom. It's sort of a do-it-yourself thing, and I just didn't do it over June and July, or at least I didn't finish it. So in conjunction with school starting, my wife and I are also not able to be in our bedroom, bathroom, and we're not situated here. And so I've been working hard on that in the afternoons after school. The moral of all this is to say I have not yet recorded all of Undine Chapter 8. So I'm hoping to release it this weekend. Of course, those of y'all that are listening to this podcast years later in the year 2027, this doesn't matter at all to you. You just listen to all the episodes whenever you want. So it's funny how that works with time. I do want to give a quick update and let this report not be a total waste. And the update is on my writing life, things that are going on. Pretty exciting stuff. I've sort of started seeing some victories in the publishing world after hearing no for years. I'm starting to hear a few yeses, and it just makes me very, very happy. I wonder, sometimes when you write a story or an essay or an article and it never gets published, what happens to it? Does it even count that you wrote it if no one reads it, or a tree falls in the woods and no one's around to hear it, and things like that? So a couple of things to be on the lookout for. There's a publication out in the Midwest called Mythic Circle. They're a subset of the Mythopoeic Society, which is a society that honors and remembers and studies C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien and one more, Charles Williams, I think. Anyway, I've submitted to them before and been declined, but this year they accepted a fairy tale of mine called The Stable Keeper's Son. If you look for The Mythic Circle now on Amazon, you'll see their 2020 summer release, and to my knowledge, the 2021 has not been put out yet. The editor contacted me and said something I thought was very encouraging. She said she's going to put my story first in the anthology. Now, she didn't say she's doing that because it's the best, but she said it was because it was the most hopeful. In her words, the pandemic apparently put a bunch of fantasy writers sort of in the pessimistic mode, and I guess their stories kind of go thematically darker or more negative. I don't know. I thought it was quite an honor to be put first, and so I hope you'll read it. It's one of my favorite fairy tales I've ever written, and it should be out soon. Another little victory, the Georgia Outdoor News, which was the first publication that really ever picked me up and paid me for it. Not that I'm in it for the money, but it felt like I was possibly a writer when they picked up a story called The Squirrel Nest a few years ago. And that was so fun to me to put out a fiction in a publication like that goes all over the state. So I wrote a nonfiction article for them. It's sort of a nostalgic surf fishing, good days at the beach kind of thing, and I hope it's good for a laugh. I wanted it to be kind of funny. And so they've picked it up. They're not going to publish it until next summer. It's going to come out in the, I believe, June 2022 issue. And he said he wanted to do that because they're already working on September, October issues now, staying months ahead of their deadlines. And that's fall, that's deer season, that's squirrel season. He tries to be seasonal with his magazine, and so surf fishing in September and October, people are not really doing that so much anymore, so he wants to release it next summer. He said he really liked it, so much so that they're actually going to put it in the AON, which is the Alabama Outdoor News. I didn't even know that existed, but apparently they're working in conjunction with one another. So June 2022, be looking out for a funny little article in the GON. Of course, the novel is the big ticket. The Adelaide Books in New York are publishing Reaching Soul, which will be my first novel. I'm unable to even talk about it because I'm so excited for it to release, and the wait is killing me. But like I said from the beginning, it's not going to release until April 2022. Just stay tuned. Now, the last thing is kind of a new adventure. This is something that hasn't been picked up, but the manuscript has been written, and I also had the opportunity to send it to a professional editor to work on the first 20 pages, which that's the packet that can be sent to publishers as a presentation of what I've got, and that was a neat experience. It was this freelance, I suppose you'd call it, sort of editor, and she just had wonderful comments and ideas and opinions on it, and so I'm really hoping to clean that manuscript up before November, which will be the Atlanta Writers Conference, and that's something I've signed up for. And I'm going to go take this manuscript, take my query letter, and synopsis and presentation, and I get to meet with several different publishers and present to them the Dusty Roads manuscript, the memoir. The book is called Road, which is an acronym for Rain on a Dusty Road. And if nothing else, the idea of the Atlanta Writers Conference is they'll give me their opinion on how the pitch could be better, how the manuscript could be reworked, how the query letter, which is a sort of a one-page letter of why they should publish my book, how it could be improved, but also something that allegedly, anyway, happens every year at the AWC is people's presentations do find a listening ear and somebody is interested in the book and offers a contract. So who knows? To me, there's just a lot of fun stories in the Dusty Roads manuscript that I would hate to see, never find a printing somewhere. Dusty Roads actually had a bit of a reunion tour, a 15-year Pelham show reunion in South Georgia. And so, we're just all hyped to read the old stories. I think we're all in the Dusty Roads cover band mode. It'd be prime time to see that book hit shelves. But anyway, be in prayer for that and all these other things. I hope that everything I write ever glorifies God in the way that Friedrich de la Montfouquet, by writing his stories, glorified God, and I think drew people nearer to God by the things he wrote. That's what I want more than anything else. That's my calling and my desire, and I trust the Lord to put that to use. All right, stay tuned for Undine Chapter 8. It'll be coming around hopefully in a few days. Until then, everybody keep praying, putting your gifts to use, whatever they are, in service. We are, if we're doing what we're supposed to be, merely servants. So keep serving, everybody.